And hope it works. And welcome to everybody on Facebook Live as well, whether you're watching the replay or joining us live. So tonight, you guys, I just decided on the topic, which I think is really popular for people, especially, well, really any time of year. So this is essential oils for better sleep. So I've got a few oils that I prepared here earlier, as you can see. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm basically going, you guys, it is so much more than lavender, okay? So, better sleep is so much more than lavender. So I'm really gonna cover those oils tonight. I do have a little PowerPoint thing that I thought I could screen share. I know the Facebook Livers won't be able to see it. But otherwise, I'll just do my usual tactic, which is to just basically hold up oils and show them to you guys. Oh, great. My dog's here. Awesome. Okay, so if you guys want to comment in the Facebook Live or in the chat box and let me know if there's anything specific, please remember to remain compliant. So please don't throw any diseases or diagnoses in with your comments. Just be kind of elusive, but clear on what you're asking me, and I will do my best. Okay, off. So I will be covering some oils that help with snoring as well. So one of the things I always talk about when we're looking at oils is if someone comes and says to me, you know what, I just really would love to sleep better. I would actually love you guys to comment in the chat box or in the live. How would it feel? How would it change your life if you had better sleep? How would that be for you? Just comment and let me know what that would be for you. For some people, they were like, that would be a miracle, or that would be it would give me more energy or whatever. Let me know what that would be for you. Refreshing. Thank you. So many people come to me and they say, I really want to sleep better. And usually I'll say, what's going on for you? Are you not falling asleep? Or are you not staying asleep, right? So there's different things. Or maybe someone's not sleeping because their husband snores. Or maybe they're not sleeping because their back hurts. Do you know what I mean? So when we're looking at holistic natural wellness, I always want to go take it back to the source of the problem, right? So it's not necessarily always sleep. Sleep is just what's going on for them. But it's what is behind the sleep, where's that coming from? And that's when I help them figure out which oils can help them to feel the way that they want to feel. But tonight I am going to focus on a whole plethora of oils you guys may or may not have seen before that help with sleep. Okay, so we've got Coral saying fuller energy, we've got Deb saying refreshing, and Steph saying that would be heavenly. Okay, I love it. Yes, it would be, wouldn't it? Okay, I will be talking about oils that I usually mainly use in the diffuser or use them topically for sleeping. I also will talk about the Serenity Soft Gels. Hey, Louise, good to see you on Facebook Live. So when I'm getting my bedroom ready, so obviously you guys, essential oils are one of the things you're adding to what you already do in your life, right? It's eating well, exercising right, mindset, right? Oils are just becoming a natural part of what you do. And for me, there's many, many times, probably 7 or 8 times a day, that I'm using oils in different ways. But tonight we're talking about the bedtime. Okay, so what I would normally do every night is fill up my diffuser. And for you guys that can see this, there's the red line. So we want to fill it up with water, just plain water from your tap, to the red line. And then we want to put 1 drop per hour. Now this is the petal diffuser. It lasts for 4 hours, and then it will just naturally turn itself off. So I would be using 4 drops of oil. And so I am going to talk about the oils in a second. Now we also have the Lumo diffuser behind me. Now this one goes for 10 hours intermittently through the night. And the new one that we just welcomed to the doTERRA family is the Brevi diffuser. It's actually in the other room. If you guys want to see it, I'll go grab it. It's super cute. It looks like a Yui Boom or something. And it's more manly, I think, than the other. This is quite cool. So the Brevi, I just it's like the baby brother. It's just this manly brown. I really like it, actually. And it does yellow, green, blue colors, purple. And you can turn the colors off if you don't want those too. Okay, so that is the diffuser. We would fill it up to the red line. We would put oils, 4 drops, and you can do a combination of oils. And then we would put the lid on, and we would plug it in, of course, and click the button. So that's my little demo for you there. Now, the other way to use the oils, of course, as you guys know, is topically. Steph actually made, her sister, I think, makes these awesome little bowls like this. So you can put the drops in a bowl and then add coconut oil. So this is your carrier oil. So we would go, let's say 2 drops of lavender, for example, and 5 or 6 drops of the coconut oil. And then we'd mix that around and then rub it on our hands, breathe it in, and then I always do this, rub it on the back of my neck, and also on the soles of your feet, on the soles of your bare feet, okay? And that is a great way to prepare yourself for bed. Now, obviously, I also would say Ideally, turn off the tech, right? Like at least half an hour, maybe an hour before bed. I know lots of us lie in bed at night on the phone. As much as possible, try to keep that to a minimum. Obviously, that's going to help as well. Ooh, I just remembered one oil that I forgot to put here, vetiver. So I'll make sure I talk about that. Okay, so I'm just going to shut the door and I'll be right back because my dog opened it. One sec. Okay, we're back. So lavender, you guys, I'll talk about it super briefly because really what I want to talk about is its beautiful cousin, lavender peace. So lavender, as you probably know, is a very calming oil. It's also good for bumps and bruises and bug bites. So I call it, it covers the 3 Bs, burns, bites, and bruises, as well as sleep. Okay, so lavender is calming. However, what you guys might not know about is lavender peace. Now, lavender peace, also known as serenity, so that helps you to know what it's going to do for you. It is the restful blend. And now this is a blend of oils. It's got lavender in it, cedarwood, hoewood, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, vanilla bean, and Hawaiian sandalwood. So it is this amazing blend. And I have to say, you guys heard me talk last week about how I loved, or 2 weeks ago, Beautiful was one of my favorite oils. But I have to say lavender peace is probably the oil, along with citrus bliss, that I use every single day without fail, okay? So this is really good if you're feeling like, like frazzled or, a little bit strung out or something like that, because it's very calming. So it is good in the daytime as well as the nighttime. But I'm going to focus on nighttime right now. So basically you could do a couple drops in your little bowl, mix it around with the coconut and breathe it in, and then rub it topically on your body. Also on the soles of your feet. Otherwise, you do the drops into the diffuser. So lavender peace is that amazing. This is a must-have, I have to say. For anyone that feels like they're just not sleeping well and lavender's not doing the trick for you, then I would say you need to be looking at a few other options, because certain oils work for certain people in terms of sleep. So that's lavender peace. Also known as serenity, like I said. Sometimes what you might want to do is put a couple of oils together. So sometimes I go lavender peace, and then for me, as you guys know, I'm really like hyper and energetic. So sometimes I want to add something that is going to make me feel more grounded and present and calm. So I would be looking at adding either Balance oil or Douglas fir. I'm going to talk about Douglas fir tonight because I know a lot of you probably know about Balance, which is a great oil, but I'm going to focus on Douglas fir because we are here in New Zealand and this is where we get the Douglas fir. So it's amazing. It comes from Queenstown. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. I actually prefer it to Balance. Like I just really love it. So for me, it's going to be a couple drops in my hand, or if I can find one, I'll use the bowl, but usually I just do it in my hand. And then a couple drops of the fractionated coconut oil. Now this coconut oil is fractionated. Hey, Wendy, awesome to see you on the live. What it means is it's had the fat removed, okay? So it's not going to make your sheets really greasy. Because remember I talked about putting oils on your feet? It's not going to make your sheets really greasy. So we're going to do a couple drops of Douglas fir, breathe it in. So amazing. Oh my gosh, a couple times. And then if you want, you can rub it behind your neck or soles of the feet with that Douglas fir to help you feel grounded and connected. Okay. And you can mix the oils together. Lavender peace and Douglas fir, beautiful combination. No problem. If somebody said to me that they couldn't sleep because their husband was snoring, or they couldn't sleep because they were snoring or something like that, I would say we would be looking at getting Breathe, also known as Easy Air, and we would be looking at putting that on the soles of the feet of the person that snores. If that doesn't work, we would then be looking at adding thyme oil to the big toe, like literally topically on the big toe. That is the recipe that I've heard is really helpful for snoring. And so what you would do obviously is just put it in your hand or in the bowl, rub it with the coconut onto the soles of the bare feet. I've actually had people tell me stories about like sneakily lifting up the covers at night and like rubbing their husband's feet after he's fallen asleep already. But so you can either do it sneaky style, or you can just say to him, listen, let's just try this and see if it works. And obviously that's a little bit faffy. So maybe what you might choose to do is make up your own little Rolly blend, which is the like say goodbye to snoring blend or something like that, where you literally like use a Rolly bottle. I can go grab one if you want. In fact, I'll be right back, Facebook Livers. I'm going to take my Zoomers over here. You guys get to have a little sneak peek in my cupboard of goodness every week. I had someone come the other day. This is a great story. So she was like, oh, I got Balance 2 months in a row on the loyalty program. I forgot to change it. I just want to cancel. And I said, well, come over. I'll swap the Balance. No problem. And she came here and she saw my cupboard and she was like, what's this? Oh my gosh, what are these? You know, and this is the kids kit. And she loved that. And then she saw the emotional Rolly kit, which she'd never seen before. Cause I was like, this is like the adults version, you know, this is like the kids version. And she was like blown away how cool those were. So she went from wanting to cancel it because it was annoying to like putting a whole bunch of things on her wish list now, just because she had an opportunity to see a few more products that she just hadn't seen before. So I just really want to invite you guys to get in touch with someone in your local area. We'll get in touch with the person who introduced you to oils and find out if you can go to a class. Because if you can get up close and personal with a lot of these oils and actually smell them, and remember, it's not even about the smell. If you don't even like a smell, like me and Arbovitae, honestly, we are not friends. But it's an oil that is really good for me. But I don't love the smell. So it's not always about the smell. But I think it's a good idea to go along to a class if you can. So what am I doing? I'm grabbing a Rolly bottle to show you guys that you can actually make up your own blends so that they're ready to rock. Hey guys, sorry about that. I was just over showing everybody my oil cupboard. So you can make up in your own Rolly bottle a blend, and for example, the Say Goodbye to Snoring blend, and you can add the Easy Air. I would do 30 drops of pure oil for an adult, and I would actually do half of that for a child. Or sometimes with the kids, we say 1 drop of pure oil for the per age of child. So if you were making up a 10 ml Rolly bottle for a 10-year-old, you would do 10 drops of pure oil and then top it up with coconut. Okay, so for the snoring person, we're going to use that Easy Air blend. So I wouldn't really say for everyone this is really good for sleep, but if the problem is snoring, this is good. Or if the problem is you've got congestion because you've got a cough or a cold and you can't breathe properly through your nose, then this is going to help you sleep. But generally, it's not what I would recommend if someone said, I want to sleep better. But if I peel back the onion and go, why aren't you sleeping well? And they go, well, my husband snores, or I've got a really snotty, sinusy nose, then I'd be going down the Easy Air route. So for you guys to know, these are just oils that I would literally have in your repertoire. Like just have them in your cupboard, have them in your, not everybody has a cupboard like mine, but have them in your little, even in your first aid kit area. I mean, they're so amazing. Okay, so we're gonna move on through and I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about an oil you'd never heard of before, probably. Who has heard of juniper berry? Anybody heard of juniper berry? Okay, it's an interesting smell. It's all right. It's kind of woodsy. And I'm going to read to you guys a little bedtime story since we're talking about sleep. No, I'm not. I'm going to read from the emotions book and I'm going to read to you guys about juniper berry. So Louise says her lovely daughter who's 5, Aroha, she uses the kids' lavender calmer roller. So it's called Calmer. And she uses that Rolly every night before bed. It's her favorite for self-care. So remember you guys, when you watch me doing these lives, I'm really encouraging you to encourage other people in your life to look after number 1, like to self-care and look after themselves. We don't have to run around running ourselves ragged, looking after everybody else in our life, okay? We need to learn how to look after ourselves. That's why I say make number 1 your number 1. You are number 1, by the way. And then empower others to do the same. So if we can give kids the rollies and they can have them by their bed and they're diluted, especially for children, that's why they're lighter in the, they're higher concentration of coconut oil, then that is so amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Louise. Okay, so bedtime stories with juniper berry. Here we go. Juniper berry is the oil of night. Juniper berry assists those who fear the dark or unknown aspects of themselves. It helps individuals to understand that those things they fear are intended to be their teachers. Instead of hiding from what we do not understand, juniper berry encourages individuals to learn the lesson and face their fear. These fears often live within the unexplored areas of themselves. It acts as a catalyst by helping individuals access and address those fears that have long been avoided. Okay, so that's interesting. And also, this is the oil that I recommend if someone says, oh, I'm not sleeping, or my daughter's not sleeping. Oh, really? Why is that? What's going on? If she gets really bad night terrors, or she has nightmares, juniper berry is the oil that I would go to, okay? So anything like that that's causing them to wake up. Some of you might have heard my story about Jonah, who wakes in the night occasionally with really bad night terrors. Like, it's actually quite freaky to see him, if you can imagine. Remember, he has alopecia, so he has no hair. His eyes are popping out of his head. He's like shaking and quivering, right? And it's really scary. As I always have to tell the babysitters, like, this can happen. Like, don't be freaked out. Just roll this Rolly bottle on your hand or on his hand or on the back of his neck, and it just helps him to calm down. So I've got lavender and juniper berry and frankincense in a Rolly bottle ready to go. It really doesn't happen that often, but for me, having something, you guys know I always talk about the tool belt, right? This is like, as a mother, the tool belt that you have ready to help people in your life. And because he also has access to that, he actually is so out of it that he can't even really find it. But I can tell the babysitter or my husband or me to just find the rolly bottle, and then we just put him back in bed. That's kind of an extreme case, but I'm just letting you guys know how good does it feel when you have a plan or a strategy for when something like that can happen. Okay. So negative emotions. So this helps people who are feeling like they've got disrupted sleep or irrational fears or recurrent nightmares. Juniper berry is a helpful oil. It helps you to feel protected, have peaceful dreaming, helps you to feel courageous and self-aware. Okay, so a companion oil that they recommend to go with that is black pepper, clary sage, the protective blend, which is On Guard, and vetiver. So vetiver, which I don't have with me, I'm going to tell you about it now because I don't want to forget. So vetiver is an oil that is in a few blends that we have, but it's particularly in that Serenity lavender piece that I mentioned. Thank you, Steph. It also comes as a pure oil on its own. Okay, I can't remember how much it costs, maybe in the $36 range. I can't remember actually, don't quote me. But it is such an interesting oil because when you tip it upside down, it's so thick and syrupy that it takes forever to drop out of the bottle. And you think like, what's wrong with it? It's just because it is actually an oil that comes from the roots of a plant. Remember, all these oils are natural. They come from plants, and they come from the country where they grow the best. So they're so pure. They're the highest quality. Thank you, Steph. 55 wholesale New Zealand price. But it comes from the roots, actually, and it actually takes 8 months to grow until the vetiver is ready to harvest. And the beautiful thing about doTERRA is we say to the farmers, please, you need to leave it in the ground. You know, we'll pay you for sure for the 6 months mark or whatever, but you need to leave it in the ground for the 8 months because it really needs to get to that point where it's going to be the highest therapeutic value. So vetiver oil is definitely one to have in your repertoire if you have busy brain. Okay, if you've got that busy mind and you have trouble falling asleep, or if you were one of those people kind of like me who wakes at like 3 in the morning with a really busy mind, then you definitely want to have vetiver in your collection. I don't use it every night, but if I'm having one of those nights when my mind is just spinning, and usually if I'm about to go and have an event, like I'm doing an event on Friday, my Up Your Brave event, then I'll definitely have a busy mind that night before. I know it because I usually do. Or if something went on that day and you're really excited or you're really frustrated, you can have that busy mind. And vetiver, thank you, Melissa. Melissa says, I love vetiver. I know, right? Who loves vetiver? The smell is not the best. I don't love the smell. So often I will put vetiver on my feet, vetiver on my feet, like away from my nose. I probably not often will actually put it on my neck, and I probably wouldn't put it in the diffuser. That's just me because I don't love the smell, but you guys might love it. So there we go. I've just talked to you guys through juniper berry, and I did a little segue into vetiver. Just wanting to make sure you guys can, there we go. And I'm going to go to another oil that you might not have heard of. So who has heard of petigrain? So petigrain, I've actually got it in the diffuser right now. And when you first smell it, you're like, whoa, okay, that's interesting. It's really musky, okay? It's really like, we call it man lavender because it's like, if some people go, I don't really like lavender. It's like, reminds me of my, it's too Nana-ish. It's like a grandma, or I don't like, it's too flowery or whatever. For people that say to you, like, I don't really like lavender, you want to tell them about petigrain because it's definitely not lavender smelling, but it actually has the same therapeutic benefits. Okay. So it's going to be calming. It's going to help you, feel like you can be relaxed and soothing and that type of thing. So this is actually, it's just from the petigrain leaf. So it is a pure oil. It's not a blend. And actually, I don't know a lot about the emotional aspects of it, so I'm going to look it up. This is one of the great things about these books, you guys. You can just look up in the emotional book or the Modern Essentials a little bit more info if you don't know about things. So I'm going to look up petigrain from an emotional perspective for you. I'm not going to read them all, but I think it's quite interesting to have a look at some of them. Okay, so petigrain is the oil of ancestry. Petigrain invokes a deep appreciation for ancestral knowledge, wisdom, and family history. I'm not going to read it all because it's quite long, scanning. It reveals patterns and tendencies of unconsciously repeating family mistakes. Interesting. Individuals in need of petigrain may be unable or unwilling to depart from their family's way of thinking. Instead, they follow on the footsteps of their predecessors and ancestral traditions, or they feel too bound to a family story that they wish to disown and desire to disconnect from the reality of the previous generations. So that's pretty fascinating. There's a lot more. I won't read it all out, but you guys get the gist. It helps people to find peace, clarity, wisdom, and empathy for their own journey through life. I think that's so cool. So that's petigrain for you. It also helps people to, it says chain breaking, cultivating healthy traditions, embracing positive family connections. Companion oils, white fir, birch, Douglas fir, and bergamot. So that goes really well together with some oils I've already mentioned, which is Douglas fir. I'm not going to mention bergamot tonight. It is definitely an oil I completely love. The oil of self-belief and separation anxiety as well. That's bergamot. Okay, Roman chamomile. Obviously, you guys have heard of chamomile tea. This is the oil version. It is expensive, this little baby. I don't know. So guys, all the oils are priced differently according to where they come from and how hard they are to harvest, really. Oh my gosh, this is just, I love this smell. So this is Roman chamomile. And on every bottle, you guys, by the way, the cool thing about doTERRA is you can actually go to sourcetoyou.com. You can type in the batch number that's on the bottle of every oil, and it will tell you when it was made, what country it was sourced from, etc. So it's really fascinating. It also tells you, of course, the expiry date. Now, these oils last for ages. This expires in June of 2023. So that's assuming you're not leaving it in the sunshine, right? So we don't want to leave oils in our car where they get hot, and we don't want to leave oils in the windowsill where they get sunlight on them. It'll just really diminish the purity and the potency. So we want them to keep them. That's why we like to keep them in. Sometimes we have the wooden box or the case, or just basically away from direct sunlight coming in the window. So this is Roman chamomile. Like I said, you can look up the batch number, and for every single oil as well, it will tell you. It says, actually in this one, for flavoring use, dilute 1 drop in fluid or liquid. So some of the oils are for topical use or aromatic use only. Some of the oils you can actually use as a food additive. So Roman chamomile is one that you can use all 3 ways, meaning you can put it in the diffuser, you can rub it topically on your body, and you can also pop it in like hot water for a Roman like chamomile drink. That's what I'm talking about. Just the way we use peppermint for bliss balls or lemon in our water for detox. Same idea. All right, I've got 3 more oils that I wanted to show you guys tonight. And then I'm going to talk about the Serenity Soft Gels. Does anyone have any questions they want to ask at this point? Hey, Amy, awesome to see you on the Facebook Live. Yay. I thought you might find that interesting about petigrain. I love the emotional side of the oils. Okay. Steph saying oils for people who have nightmares. Was that lavender, juniper berry, frankincense? Yeah, so like juniper berry is that oil. But for me with Jonah, I sometimes would add something else to it, like maybe lavender piece and frankincense. So I am going to talk about frankincense. I'll do that now. So you guys, frankincense, the oil of abundance. Frankincense, the king of oils, okay? So we kind of say, if in doubt, like I don't really know, use frankincense, because frankincense will help not only emotionally, but also like physically with the healing. Hey, Amy, good to see you on the call as well from Invercargill. Sorry, my lighting is not amazing for the Facebook Livers. I will take you over there later and show you my awesome cupboard of goodness as well. So frankincense, it is one of the oils that I usually say when people decide to get the home essential kit, which is the top 10 oils, I say you're getting frankincense for free, because when you buy a kit, it's way cheaper than individually buying those oils. And frankincense alone is around $99. But this oil is amazing for feelings of anxiousness, for low moods. Like if someone was just in quite a dark place in their life, then I would definitely be recommending frankincense. And I would recommend they use it topically. So we're talking like this, aromatically. Breathing it in, putting it in the diffuser, topically, rubbing it then on the back of the neck or on the soles of the feet as well. That's pretty much where we do use frankincense. But guess what? If someone just had surgery, or they've got a scar, or they've got some fine lines that they want to diminish, that's when we would be using frankincense topically as well. We would go to the source of the problem. So we would put it in with our skincare. You can put it in with your moisturizer. You can put it on a scar if you had a scar that was healing, or if you just had an operation or something and you wanted to put it, once things have healed a little bit, you can start using it to help diminish that scar as well. So that is frankincense, the oil of healing and abundance. My daughter does cheerleading, you guys know, and she sometimes gets quite sore Achilles and things like that. So I also rub frankincense on any sort of aching.
Good. So we'll look forward.
I've got my co-host here. I often would rub frankincense on her topically as well. So if you had a sore knee or something like that, you could do frankincense there. But bringing it back to sleeping, because that's what we're talking about. You know me, I love to talk about oils, so I go off topic. So I would use frankincense in the diffuser with some of the other oils. So if you feel like, hey, Sharon, I was going to message you the other day about the BOGO. Awesome to see you. Yes, great to see you, honey. I'm going to come to Wellington probably in February, so I'll see you then. Anyway, frankincense is great. So if you feel like, you know what, Nat, I bought lavender and I just feel like it's not really working, I would say, you know what, it's time to up the ante. I would probably be adding like frankincense, or maybe I would say, why is it not working? Like, what's going on for you? And they go, oh, I'm snoring. Easy air. Or, oh, I have nightmares. Juniper berry, right? Or, oh, I just feel like my busy mind. Vetiver. Do you guys see how what we can do is we can just pick and choose the oils that we don't need all these oils like every night. Like you don't need to make up this craziest concoction with all this stuff, but just think about what's going on for you with your sleep and pick and choose the oils that are going to serve you. Now, I understand that most people are in a family scenario. So it might be that one person has snoring, the other person has nightmares, someone else has a sore back. If you've got oils, guess what? Remember, you guys, it's like your tool belt. And whatever life throws at you or whatever people have going on, you're ready to help them and definitely help yourself, number one. So I think I've pretty much done most of the oils I intended on doing. The only other one I had sitting here for you guys, oh gosh, is an orange oil. So I've got Citrus Bliss. You can use wild orange, that's fine. So the citruses are the oils of abundance and really uplifting. So if you feel like you are just feeling, you know how sometimes you can't sleep because you're worried, or you can't sleep because you're just like something happened and you're just not feeling happy? The orange oils are happiness in a bottle, right? So it's much easier to drift into sleep if you're feeling uplifted and joyful and happy. And so that's when I would say, well, if you're having trouble sleeping, add the citrus to your lavender combination topically or in your diffuser. So you don't have to use that every night, but if you feel like, oh, I just feel like I'm like really anxious or I don't know, then add a citrus. That can sometimes help. Okay, the final oil for sleep that I'm going to talk about is spikenard. Who has heard of spikenard? Woo-wee! You guys, honestly, I got to say, this reminds me of my university life. Reminds me of tequila. Not that I really did tequila, but honestly, whoa! It's really interesting smell, I got to tell you. Okay, so this is a 5 ml. Same as Roman chamomile. They are smaller bottles than the usual bottles, as you guys can see. So usual bottles with doTERRA are 15 mils. These bottles contain 250 drops. Stinky socks. It is, Wendy, right? So stinky. But I tell you, what is the stinkiest oil? Turmeric. Takes the cake. Okay, so every 15 ml bottle of essential oils with doTERRA has 250 drops of pure, 100% pure goodness, okay? Now you got to remember, they're oils and oils, they're very different. It's like different brands, right? So you just have to remember that in New Zealand and probably internationally, some of our labeling rules are not very strict. So people can be like 100% pure, and it's like totally not. They'll have synthetics, they'll have fillers and things like that. So you can rest assured that all of the doTERRA oils are tested by third-party testing, and they're tested 5 different ways to make sure there's no pesticides, additives, synthetics, etc. These are 100% pure oils, which is the reason why some of them, not all of them, are okay to use as a food additive as well. But what I wanted to show you guys is the different size of bottle. This is the classic, and this is like the baby bottle, the 5 mils. Anyway, so spikenard smells like tequila. And this oil, I know the way that Allison King, she's on my oils team, the way she described it was, she said, what I'll do is like half an hour before bed, I'll take a Serenity soft gel. I'll talk about this in a second. But like 5 minutes, or when I'm in bed, that's when I'll use spikenard, because it works so fast. So what she does is this. She opens it up, puts her finger on the top, tips it, and touches her forehead. She says you got to be in bed because it like puts you to sleep straight away. I don't know. We'll see. So you guys can try that. It's not one that I would put in the diffuser because it's oh so stinky, but I probably would put it on my forehead like that. And yes, I did just put it neat, like pure on my forehead. But ideally what you would do, of course, is, add it with the coconut oil to dilute it. If you want to breathe it in, go for it. Put it there. Or ideally, for me, I'm going to put this down with the vetiver on my feet because I do not like the smell. So again, that is one other oil to try. Remember, you don't have to get all these oils for sleeping. Think about what sleep looks like to you, right? Is it because of snoring? Is it because of like, your mind is busy? Is it because you're so worried and you need to be uplifted with a citrus, et cetera, et cetera? Is it because you're anxious or you have low moods and you need the frankincense? If you're not sure, you're more than welcome to message me. If you haven't got oils yet, I always say to people, please go back to the person that told you to watch this video or the person that's already introduced you to oils. If you're brand new to oils and you found it through my page, Go To Girl Essential Wellness, Go To Girl, or If Only They Told Me, then definitely come to me. I'm more than happy to help you out. Otherwise, just go back to the person who led you this way. Now, these are the Serenity soft gels. You guys, this is my best friend when I travel. This is my best friend when I feel like I know I really need to have a good sleep because I've got something important going on the next day. So I don't take them every night, but it's basically your natural sleeping pill, okay? So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. This is like a little brown. It's actually got oils in it. So it's not very big. My 10-year-old can swallow that. My 7-year-old can't, but it's really up to your kid whether they have the talent to swallow those things. Hey, Steph, awesome to see you. So this is Serenity. So this is kind of like the pill version of the Serenity. Remember we talked about one of the first oils I mentioned tonight, which was lavender peace. Now you're not drinking that. That is definitely for aromatic and topical use only. But the Serenity soft gel is safe to consume. And so this is amazing. I'll just read a little bit to you guys. It is certified pure therapeutic grade essential oil, carefully selected botanicals to provide relief of occasional sleeplessness and to support the ability to fall asleep more easily, a more restful night's sleep, and the feeling of waking up more alert and refreshed in the morning. Who doesn't want that, right? Remember at the start of this, I said to you guys, please comment, let me know, how would it sleeping amazing feel to you? How would that change your life? And this definitely would. So this one it says take 1 to 2 soft gels before sleep. I tend to take it about half an hour before bed. What I find is if I take it and then I lie down, I can almost feel it in my throat. You know that feeling when you kind of swallow a pill and you feel like it's in your throat still? So that's for me why I take it, or at least I aim to, 20 minutes, half an hour before I actually lie down, because it gives me time to like drink some water and for it to get into my system. And then by the time I lie down, I still probably would do my diffuser or put it on the oils topically as well. I have a little stash beside my bed of my sleepy oils. So I always keep a couple just handy beside me. And the other thing you can do, like I recommended at the beginning, is make up your own Rolly bottle, your own sleepy blend with some of these oils that are relevant to you. But the thing I wanted to highlight to you guys, remember how I talked about, for those of you that I took over to my cupboard earlier, I was saying that one of my friends, she was on the loyalty rewards program. And I was, the thing is, what you can do is you don't have to get all these right now. Put them on your wish list. I have a little wish list on my phone in my notes. Every time I learn about a new oil, because there's always more to learn, I'll write it down. And then when it comes time to update my cart for my monthly order, which is called the Loyalty Rewards Program, LRP, but we call it your monthly order. Every time it comes time, and then I look at my little notes, and it's really fun. And I go, ooh, like I know personally I'm running out of rum and chamomile, so that's one I'm going to order soon. And I never throw the bottles away. What I actually do is I decant. Like if I'm getting low on, let's say, Roman chamomile, I'll get a new one, and then I won't throw this one away. I'll top this other one up. I'll have one by my bed, and then I'll probably have one in my oils cupboard, so that I can show people when they come around. But even if you're not doing doTERRA as a business, even if you're literally like just a customer, you might want to gift somebody like a little bit of oil. If they're going, oh my gosh, I'm really having trouble sleeping, you could give them, not the dregs, but you know what I mean, a couple drops, 20 drops or whatever in the bottom of a real bottle, so that it has the instructions and it says what it is. And then you can introduce them to oils that way. And then of course, if they want to purchase oils, they can come back to you. You could even earn commission if you wanted. If you're not sure how that works, just go back to the person that introduced you to oils or helped you get your account. So I just want to show you guys this. This is what we're using at classes at the moment. If you haven't been to an oils class ever or lately, like for some people I know they probably got their doTERRA account maybe over a year ago, there are so many new cool oils that have come out and products. So you probably want to get along to a class in your local area just to get your eyeballs on some of the awesome new products. I'll actually take you guys on the Facebook Live over for a little tour of my cupboard in a seckie as well. I know, and Wendy's saying they've got bottles too. So the other day when that lady came around and we talked about, different oils, and she couldn't believe how amazing the kids kit was and all that kind of stuff. And she said, where do I get Rolly bottles? Because I want to make up some blends for my kids. Well, guess what? Now through the US When you guys log into your doTERRA account, you can click US and you can actually order rolly bottles, and you can make up little spritzy sprays as well. There's this amazing air freshener thing. And I know for my daughter with her mosquito bites, I use TerraShield. Hey, Tracy, awesome to see you. I use TerraShield and water, and I add that to a little pump, spritzy bottle. So there's so many things you guys can do to basically just make it so much easier for people in your life to just use the oils, because we obviously don't want you having them sitting in a cupboard and never using them. We want you to be using them. So hopefully tonight, you guys, I've given you a few ideas and empowered you on how you can use a few more oils, add them to your repertoire to help you and other people in your life basically just sleep better. Because as we know, sleep is crucial, right? And your body regenerates, and your mind and your brain and like all your systems. It's amazing for your body to get good sleep. And in this day and age of social media and the never-ending to-do list, it's really easy to just have interrupted sleep or to have really short sleep. So if we can help you guys sleep better, that's amazing. Steph says, eyeballs and nostrils need to smell all these lovely smells. Yes, even spikenard. So sorry, I'm just going to go through and see if there's any questions that I missed. So Lindsay's asking, is the juniper berry good to combine with balance or cypress for bedwetting? Thank you. Yes, juniper berry is definitely one that I would recommend. There's a few other uses for juniper berry. You guys, what I want you to remember is every oil has like 5, 6, 10, 20 different uses. Like there's so many different uses for this. I only mentioned the nightmares. I mean, there's other things like if you have like ringing in the ears, this can be helpful behind your ear. We never put oils in, right? We don't put oils, right? We just put them here behind the ear. If you've got a kid that like wets the bed, you can add the juniper berry topically to the abdomen area mixed with the coconut oil. So that can be helpful as well. So there's so many different uses for the oils. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Yeah, there we go, Steph. And thank you. Spikenard is from Nepal. Yes, thank you. Lindsay's saying, I am so getting spikenard and vetiver. Oh, you're going to love just smelling those. I can't wait to see what you think. Actually, some people love them. You know, it's interesting, right? Some people like adore certain smells and hate other ones. So you guys, that's pretty much what I've got to show you tonight. One other little idea, because Christmas is coming up, I wanted to remind you guys that the Christmas collection is still available. Not everything, some things are selling out. So if you want to get some of those oils or goodies, like the train case, for example, then you need to get a shimmy on because they're going to sell out for sure. And remember I mentioned the Brevi diffuser, which is really cool. But I want to show you guys this too. Since Christmas is coming up, these are really good gifts. Like this is called the intro kit. And this is around 33 or something like that, New Zealand dollars. That's the wholesale price. So I'm assuming you've got your doTERRA account. You can buy them as a 6-pack or you can buy them separately. So obviously the 6-pack is going to save you money. And so this, for example, is a really great gift for somebody. So this will probably cost you $49 or something like that. Maybe if you get the 6-pack, I'm not sure. But that's like around, so this would be about 30 something dollars. That's like 39. Or you could do this for somebody, a diffuser and the oils. So like this is a great gift and this is a great gift, okay? And the reason I'm mentioning it is of course because Christmas is coming up, but of course because this also has lavender and lemon and peppermint. So lavender is the one we talked about for sleep, but remember there's so much more you can do with lavender than sleep, burns and bruises and bumps and bug bites. Lemon for detox, lemon for cleaning, lemon in your water. Lemon to make your house smell like you've cleaned it, even if you haven't vacuumed it for a week, etc. And then we've got the peppermint. Remember, you can put that in the bliss balls. It can help you stay focused and alert. And so these oils, there's about 100 different things you can do with these oils alone, just those 3. So that gives you guys an idea. So I just wanted to like show you that that is a thing. And it's a cute little gift pack. But thank you so much, Louise. My husband loves vetiver. Oh yeah, that's good. Remember, it's so thick and syrupy. You got to be patient. It's very good for testing your patience. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that was helpful. Steph says $32 for that little intro kit. Thank you. Great corporate gift. Yeah, right? So if anyone's like in business or like in real estate or they want to give gifts to their clients or something like that. That is so awesome. Not even clients though, like family and friends. I mean, why not? Everyone deserves oils and it's definitely a unique gift. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these available. Please go ahead and share this video. We just want more people to learn about how they can use oils in their everyday life. As usual, comment below. Let me know what you guys want to learn about in the future. Hey, Margaret, thank you for your comment. Oh, I'm glad it was helpful. Let me know what topics you want to do. You know what I was going to do? So I decided to go asleep, but I was going to do oils for the bedroom. So I'm going to do that another time. Jasmine, the oil of sexual healing. Geranium, the oil of love and trust. Whisper, aphrodisiac. So stay tuned and comment if you want me to do that one. It's going to be exciting. Passion. Okay, so I decided to stick with sleep tonight, but another time I'm going to do oils for the bedroom if you guys want to do that as a topic. So yeah, I'll add the link below. You guys can go and watch some of the previous ones we've done. We've done skincare, we've done the Christmas collection, and the convention kit as well. All right, Facebook Livers, stay with me. I'm going to take you over to my closet and show you some of my oils. You guys on Zoom, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.